We're live, guys. Still got my croaky voice, but I'm okay. I definitely feel better. Had a good night's sleep. Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. Don't forget the Facebook page, Defending Elvis Presley, for your 24-hour a day chat, where you can post your videos and comments. My wife may come and go a little bit. The dogs may bark. Got a lovely cup of coffee. Look at that. Butter coffee. It's nice as it gets. I use a whisker. I put a slab of butter in, a bit of milk, and I whisk it. And I tell you what, it's very creamy. But you have to whisk it with a blender, otherwise it won't be nice. And it stops you feeling hungry all day. Here's my beautiful wife. Hi. Are you an Elvis fan? Shall we sing an Elvis song together, live? No. Live around the world. Me and my wife are going to sing now an Elvis song. Are you ready? Do you want to read one? Do you want to read one of my books? You want to read this book? My wife loves reading. She's actually really good at poems. My wife, she loves poems. Morning, Deborah. Morning, Colleen. Morning, Linda. I'm just letting everyone know that I've gone live. I hope you don't mind my croaky little voice. Let's have a look. Let's get you on there. The kids are all at school. My brother's on. Good morning, Andreas. My brother's on. Got a bit of a cold, Andrew, my brother. But hi, Elaine. Okay, I'm just trying to let everyone know we're live. And then I can get on with it. I've been reading all your comments and on the 24/7 chat. I tell you what, I love it. I love you lot. I've been talking all night on the 24-hour Facebook page, Defending Elvis Presley, non-stop. Loads of pictures, videos, loads of great information, always brilliant topics. I love it. Absolutely love it. And we're so lucky that Amy joins us, Amy Collett. Brilliant. Brilliant. Love it. Hi, Ashley. I'm just telling everyone we're live. I'm sleeping when most are chatting. Yeah, Elaine, me too. Sometimes I wake up. I do wake up a couple of times through the night. I've always done that my whole life. I have a quick look, read a few bits, and then go back to sleep. Right, have I said it? We're live. Right, okay. So we were lucky yesterday. Shauna joins us from Tenderly Loving Elvis. That was nice. We always love it. And Amy might be watching. She's a busy girl. She works a lot. So Auntie Amy, yeah. Right. Is it possible to do a live show around the world with no subject? No subject. I've come on. I woke up. I'm a little bit asleep. I've had no subject in mind. Just I'll hook up with you guys. See what happens. Already, I'm thinking of something. Just going to put some hot water in my coffee. Are you taking a coffee still, right? All right. Right. Okay, this is my no subject live stream. So I'll just tell you what I've been doing this morning. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Helen. I got everyone. Linda. TCB. What about the book I Just Can't Help Believing by Lee Beckett about where Elvis faked his death? Yeah, that's an interesting one. I'm definitely not a conspiracy theory person. I honestly do believe that Elvis is dead. So let's just have a look who's on here. Right. So I woke up this morning. I did have something in mind because of the announcement by Oprah Winfrey, to air this show on October the 8th. I have a feeling it's already been filmed, but I could be wrong. With Riley Keough, no Priscilla Presley. I thought I'm going to start digging up the old interviews with Oprah. Now, I thought it was going to be easy. I thought that I would quite easily find these old interviews. I'm not sure how many there were with Priscilla and with Lisa Marie. Maybe you guys can tell me. But I didn't find long clips. I just found lots of short clips of Oprah with Lisa or with Priscilla. And a few of you guys have been chatting about that on one of the Oprah shows that it was first Lisa Marie and then Priscilla joined it on this part 2. Is this right? I think Amy was chatting about it with, I think, Mary. Mary feels that Priscilla was ambushed and didn't expect it and felt uncomfortable because Lisa Marie. Right, let me just say this again. Mary thinks in her comment that she felt that in that Oprah interview that Lisa Marie was ambushed because she was surprised that Priscilla joined the Oprah interview. I think it was part 2 or something. And then I've been listening to Amy and her views on that, and she's clearly saying no, it wasn't like that, and that Lisa Marie after that interview went on to do other things with Oprah, which shows that there was no bad feeling. So, I do like to air all people's views. Now, I've been trying to find different clips with Oprah and Lisa. The thing is, almost all of them are talking about Michael Jackson. Now, I've got nothing against Michael Jackson, but that isn't really the subject I wanted to talk about. It's not really what I want to cover at the moment. I think I would like to do a Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie type live stream, but it's not really what I had in mind today. But I did watch quite a lot of it, and it does seem, guys, that she genuinely loved Michael Jackson when I watch it. And obviously we know about the horrible rumors to do with Michael Jackson, and she says that while she was with him, she never witnessed anything at all. You know what I'm getting at, guys? Nothing of that nature. So I think she did get a feeling there was a problem with painkillers, and I think she said that when she was watching the interview, what's his name again? The British interviewer, Bashir. Is that it? Bashir. She said that she felt that Michael Jackson was either too high or too low. So whatever Michael Jackson was taking, that was her opinion. And one of the questions that she asked about Michael Jackson was, do you think you could have saved him? Yeah. And she basically said, she wished she had contacted him more. That that she thinks she could have made a difference. So, and she lived with that. So the whole thing is very sad, isn't it? Because the most famous people in the world, Lisa and Michael Jackson, and it's just all tragic, isn't it? It's all tragic. But we're not going to talk about that. Let me just quickly read your comments. So we've got Luann. Hi, Luann. I've been getting all your lovely comments. Good morning, everyone. Louis, we got a sugar moon orange in colour. Oh, that's beautiful. In Sydney. Wow. What a beautiful description. I live half an hour away from Sydney on a bridge. Yeah, I've seen the Oprah Winfrey interview. I'm going to find it, guys, because I think we should review the Oprah interviews. I think we should. Hi, Deborah. How are you? So you've got up early, yeah? What time, Deborah? What time is it where you are? Ashley, what time is it where you are? Thanks for joining us, Ashley. Yeah, you're all staying awake. Yeah. Elaine wants to watch it again. I'm gonna watch them. I want to actually watch them with you. I want to watch them and review them together. Yeah, just stay awake a little bit longer, Deborah. Lisa Marie interviews. Linda, I fully agree with that. And I've watched so many interviews with Lisa Marie. And I tell you what, you know she ain't lying. You know that every word she says is completely truthful. You could just tell. Yes, Elaine mentions, I remember the Martin Bashir, Michael Jackson interview, and he was brutal. Let me just scroll this down a minute. Now, I watched it live. I watched it when it came out. I don't know what year it was. I felt sorry for Michael Jackson. He did an interview with Princess Diana too, and he had sneaky ways of getting to talk to it. We know that it was all set up in a big con. We know, don't we? Hasn't it now been proved? Is it Martin Bashir now ashamed to even walk the streets? To be honest with you, I don't even know if he's still alive. A lot of lies and manipulation and wrongdoing happen with these interviews, and it's been proved. It's been proved. So, right. In my opinion, right, okay. I always have to say, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, I have to. Elaine, yes, it was horrible what he did to them both. Michael was smart and has his own cameras running to prove how it was twisted. Yeah, we remember, Colleen, we remember the follow-on documentaries that show Michael Jackson's cameras and showing that things were twisted. Things were twisted. And we were spoon-fed lies. Does that ring a bell, guys? Spoon-fed lies. So everyone, get yourselves a nice coffee, a cup of tea, because we're going to be here a while, because I'm not in a rush. I'm going to keep filling up my coffee. I'm going to talk about many different things, guys, many different things. I'm in no rush. Okay, let's get a spoon. Now so there's a few things I've done this morning. Auntie Amy's here. Hi, Auntie Amy. There's a few things I've done this morning. I woke up quite early. I always get 6:30. I actually was up at 5:45 reading comments. But one of the things I knew I was going to do was watch some of these old Oprah interviews, because everyone was talking about it. Amy was talking about it. Then you had Mary was talking about it. And I just thought, I'm going to do a bit of digging on that. But the other thing is this. I'm going to read it to you. I got a very interesting comment. I've had some brilliant comments last night, right? On the last couple of live streams I've done. So the dog walk and the Mike Stone one, where we're trying to think outside of the box, you know, really trying to get to the truth, trying to see different points of view. Like, for example, one of the points of view that came up is, was Mike Stone sleeping with Priscilla whilst his wife, Frances Stone, was pregnant? Yeah. I'll ask it you now, guys. I'll ask Amy it. Hi, Amy. Do you think Mike Stone was sleeping with Priscilla around 1970, end of 1970? This is the other thing that's come out. They may have been seeing each other even in 1970. Yeah, I think Elaine thinks that as well. Now, did Mike Stone sleep with Priscilla whilst his wife was pregnant? It seems like he was. And doesn't that just make the whole thing even more disgusting, in my opinion, you know? Now, I'm not hateful of Mike Stone. If Mike Stone, if you ever watch this, I'm not hateful of you. I'm not trying to create hate. But what I am is hoping that you will become ashamed of your behavior. And I 100% disagree with this book that you've released and the fact that you have called it, I think you tell me, guys, I'm pretty sure it's called Mike Stone, My Life with Priscilla and Lisa Marie. Is that right? Let's have a look. Let me just have a look, guys. Now, I know I said this on my dog walk. Yeah. Let me just see the book. It's going to be on. Yeah, so there we are. Let me just click it up. All right, there's even a big write-up about it. Let's have a look. So the book, My Time with Priscilla and Lisa Marie. What is this on? I don't. If it's a real big, long write-up, I don't really want to read it because I've got a lot of topics I want to cover. Right, I'll read it. Right, first of all, I'll show you the cover. Let's have a look. Yeah. Now, I've watched those couple of interviews. I know I said about this on the dog walk. I'm going to keep saying it. Those interviews, the last couple of... I've got a cold, guys. Those interviews, the last couple that we all watched, and we've covered on live streams, Mike Stone is sort of quite boastful of his disgusting behaviour towards his wife, Frances, and his unborn child, and he had a daughter, and obviously his behaviour towards Elvis, who was an acquaintance of his, not a friend, but they knew of each other. They'd met a couple of times, and he makes stupid excuses to make everything okay, like, oh, human beings don't own each other. We don't own each other. We can do what we want. The universe decides. Law of attraction, karma, and all that crap. The most ridiculous excuses I've ever heard anyone give for being a cheat, a snake, unfaithful, cruel to their wife, a disgusting father to the unborn child, and I think it was a girl who could have been 4, 5, or 6. And of course, so disrespectful to Elvis. And obviously, it was all, without sounding too crude, it was all about sex. Getting naked, bonking, and the damage done because two people wanted to bonk, romp, call it what you want. I can't even, forget famous people, forget celebrity, just normal people, husband, wife, yeah, children. If that happened in any relationship, regardless of the fact it was Elvis, Priscilla, Mike Stone, the so-called karate champion, it's disgusting behavior. It's immoral. And I'll tell you now, I am pretty easygoing. People make mistakes, people get things wrong. But what went on between Mike Stone and Priscilla and his poor wife, Frances Stone, and we've seen an interview, a written interview, that Priscilla has been secretly seeing Mike Stone for a good year behind Elvis's back and Frances Stone's back, and Priscilla had befriended Mike Stone, wife, yeah, going out for dinner, shopping, karate tournaments, Frances even invited Priscilla into her home, and I'm telling you guys, it's very underhanded, and Mike Stone massively should be ashamed of himself. So I'm just saying to you, Mike Stone, I don't hate you. I'm not trying to create hate. You've really messed up. Yeah, you made some horrific mistakes. I wonder if your children speak to you. I know nothing. I wonder if Frances is alive and still speaks to you. I don't know. But you shouldn't be boasting about it. You come across boastful. You make a lot of excuses. You come across very arrogant. And I think many people think that this was a trophy thing, all about having Elvis's wife. Yes, I've conquered Elvis's wife, Priscilla Presley. the most famous wife in the world. And I just think you're full of excuses. And do you really believe that the public fall for the BS in that book? And in the book, no. And when you talk about the book, before this book was released, you actually said, this isn't a book to buy if you want me to trash Priscilla. You also said, I don't make money off Elvis's name. I've never made money off Elvis's name. Yeah? Well, there's the answer to that comment. Mike Stone, My Time with Priscilla and Lisa Marie Presley. You can't even write a book and just call it Mike Stone. You're a karate champion. Your karate career was phenomenal. Didn't you have 42 victories? Yeah, and many other victories, but this was 42 in a row or something. I'm no expert on your career, but I know you were very good. Yeah, you were one of the best. Why did the book have to be called Mike Stone, My Wife with Priscilla and Lisa Marie? Why? Did you not feel that you could sell the book unless you put their names in? Yeah, and you say that you don't want to trash Priscilla. You won't do that. You're probably scared of a lawsuit from Priscilla. But when I listen to the interviews, the last 2 interviews that I've listened that you've given recently, yeah, you do trash her. You do it in a sly, indirect way, but you trash her. You make her look silly. You make her look like she's chatted you up, made a beeline for you, that you knew that she made it clear to you that she demanded a divorce from Elvis. You talk about how Elvis was quite upset, and many of the things that you said in those 2 interviews that I watched, you did trash her. You just did it in an indirect, sly way. So I think from what I see, you're doing the opposite of what you say. Oh, I won't make money from the Elvis name, but then you do. Yeah. Oh, I've never made money from the Elvis name, but you do. Yeah. Oh, I won't say anything negative about Priscilla. Yes, you do. You say it. You just do it slyly. So my last comment on Mike Stone is the public would like you to admit wrongdoing, breaking up 2 families, cruel behavior towards Elvis. I would say Priscilla probably at 20, was she, let me work out, was she 24? 24 with a small child? How old was Lisa Marie? 3, 4, 5, 6? I actually don't know. That it's obvious that once Priscilla had demanded a divorce, which I think was late 71, when it all came out about the affair, she was gone, mate. She was skipping down the road with Mike Stone and big bags of money, in my opinion, and Lisa Marie in tow. 2 families broken up. Poor Frances Stone. I don't know all the story. All I know is that she seems to be a very nice person. Yeah? Okay, you had problems in the relationship. Everyone did. Everyone has problems in their relationships. Completely normal. You don't go skipping down the road with another woman. And Elvis Presley's wife, who had a child, poor Lisa Marie, who we adore. So what you should have done, Mike Stone, and I said this in the dog walk live stream yesterday, you should have apologized for your behavior. You should have said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. What did I do to my unborn child, my poor daughter? I broke up Elvis's family. We took Lisa Marie with us. Then I paraded myself in public. Yeah, we've all seen the pictures. I could bring them up now. There's many pictures showing Mike Stone with Priscilla and Lisa Marie walking around at the fair, shopping, kissing. There's even pictures of you kissing Priscilla in public. And these went around the world in tabloids and magazines, TV clips, news clips. Yeah, what you should have done is this book should have been an opportunity for you to go, I messed up. I apologize to everyone. I didn't want to break up all these families and cause so much hurt, break up my own family, my own children, my poor pregnant wife. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. That's what you should have done. What you should have done is done 2 interviews that I've just watched recently that went on for over an hour, trying to excuse your behavior, making excuses. And the excuses that you make are ridiculous. They're stupid. You look silly. You look arrogant. You actually look dumb. Yeah. Now, I know I speak very blatantly with people and quite harshly, and I'm quite direct. But I'm saying to you, Mike Stone, if you're watching this, please apologize for your behavior. Apologize for that book. And also, if you're going to make money, why use Priscilla Presley's name? Why use poor Lisa Marie's name? Why? Use your own name and base the book on your life with karate and how you became so successful in your field. Not, oh, I lived with Lisa. Oh, I took Elvis's wife. None of that. No one's falling for it. No one is falling for it. Right, I'm going to carry on reading these comments. So, guys, I've got a bit of a cold and I'm not in the mood for brown-nosing Mike Stone. I'm going to say it how I feel it. So we've got Pat. Absolutely, that's probably why Mike Stone and Priscilla didn't last. Let's have a look. Narcissist people prey on empathy. Priscilla Bueller jetting around the world with her lovers. Elvis's money. And I remember as a teenager, her face in the newspapers of the mags and her latest squeeze. Yeah. Now later on a different live stream, we're going to cover all these boyfriends that Priscilla had. I keep putting it off, but I'm going to do it. How could she go from Elvis to him is beyond me. If I had a prime rib home, I sure as hell wouldn't have been sneaking off. Do you know what? I had a conversation about this with my brother. I went round my brother's house yesterday. He's probably not watching me now. He only quickly pops on, yeah? I had a conversation with my brother, and I said we were talking about Priscilla's unfaithfulness and how blatant it was, and there was quite a few different boyfriends quite quickly together, really. I think she did last a little while with Mike Stone. We know about Mike Edwards and Robert Kardashian. I don't think she was always faithful as well. I think she had other flings, didn't she? Richard Gere, things like that. But my brother said, I said to him, I don't understand, what went on, blah, blah, blah. And he said to me one very simple thing. He said, she went off Elvis. That's what my brother said, that she went off Elvis and that she fancied other men. It was that simple. She got bored of Elvis, went off him and fancied other men, wanted sex with other men. Yeah? She had the hots for other men. My brother said it was that simple. That is why she did what she did. So, do any of you agree with that? That was really, when he said that to me, I thought, yeah, you know what? That's probably about right. Let's have a look. Right, I'm trying not to miss all your comments. Let's have a look. So, Linda, what about the interview he did a few months back saying that he was hardly going to mention Priscilla in the book? And yeah, Linda, thank you. And then it's in the title of the book. Joke. I'm going to read Mike Stone's book as I can't make a balanced opinion, and I would just be going off something else perspective of. But yes, yeah. Now, don't forget, Elaine, you're a reader. Yeah, you love reading. You'll get a book, you'll race through it, you learn the facts, you know the ins and outs. I'm different. I have a different take on things. I have an overall feel for something. To me, if Mike Stone is writing a book and calling it Mike Stone with Priscilla and Lisa Marie, I'm like, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that. Write your own book. Yeah? Same goes for the tell-all book from Red West and Sonny West and Dave Hebler. You just shouldn't be doing it. we know that there's going to be loads of information in the book, good and bad, about Elvis. Doesn't change the fact that a book was published that was a betrayal book, in my opinion, that did Elvis a lot of harm. You just shouldn't do it. You don't have to read the book to understand the point. I really believe that. So, but I do understand that it's always best to read a book. But that's just my opinion. So no embarrassment. So Luann, no embarrassment on Priscilla's role, hand in hand with Mike Stone, gets their pictures taken, being broadcasted on photos back. Then they made sure their heads were held up. Yeah, I agree. Priscilla, if you look at the pictures, sorry, I'm going back on the messages. Amy, I'm going backwards because I'm trying to catch up. That Priscilla, she didn't look gutted when they split up, Elvis and Priscilla. She was proud. You look at the pictures, guys, when she's out and about with Mike Stone. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's just get one up. Let's just get one up, yeah? That's all we need. I don't want to sit here showing loads of pictures, but come on, look. Does that look like a person who is heartbroken that she has left Elvis, took his child, a bag of money? That isn't a heartbroken person. This is in public. This is Elvis. These pictures went around the world. Elvis had to see these pictures. The mother of his child, the woman that he brought to America to stay at Graceland, that he literally made her feel like royalty. Royalty. Now, does that look like a gutted woman that is suffering with her life, that doesn't want to look? Does that look like a woman that is worried about having her picture taken, yeah, in public in case Elvis sees them out and about in the magazines and the tabloids? It doesn't, does it, guys? Look. Yeah? Out and about. And there's even ones, look, here we are. When I say about kissing, because some people don't believe me. Kissing. Mike Stone kissing Priscilla in public, out and about. Now, how cruel is that to Elvis? Let's see if we can find one when he's with Lisa Marie. Let's see. Let's see if Lisa Marie's in it. Here we go. This is just to prove to you that I'm not just swaffling, guys. When I say they're out and about shopping, look. Little Lisa Marie, Elvis's daughter, out shopping with Mike Stone, the guy who stole Priscilla. Obviously, it was a two-way thing. They stole each other. And their little daughter, beautiful Lisa Marie, is out shopping with them. Look, here we go. I've said to you about at the fair. You see? Out and about. Look at them. Poor little Lisa Marie with this strange guy, this karate champion. Should be ashamed. They should be ashamed of themselves. And if you look at this picture here, Elvis, I think they're at the awards, Elvis and Priscilla, and that may have been, I don't know for definite, but that could have been taken whilst the affair was happening. Around 1970, yeah? You tell me, guys. I could be wrong about that picture. But here we are, another picture. Parading happily in public, humiliating Elvis Presley, humiliating him around the world. Do you imagine how he felt? Even if Elvis had fallen out of love with Priscilla, these pictures would have been very hurtful for him. Very hurtful. Very, very hurtful. Embarrassing. Made him feel silly. These pictures were cruel to Elvis. They were cruel. Right, I'm just going backwards on these comments. So Amy Collett, yeah, I think Amy Collett is the one that found that interview with Fran, yeah? We've already done a live stream on it. It's a brilliant little clip. it shows Fran talking about her friendship with Priscilla, and but Fran also says that Priscilla and Mike Stone were seeing each other secretly during the friendship that Priscilla had with Fran. Now, there's other people that are also have shown pictures that Priscilla also changed her hair to look like Fran. Because one of the things that people are saying about Priscilla is that if she likes someone, she does her hair like them. Yeah. Now, this is just speculation. This is just for entertainment purposes. But an example is Deborah Pageant. Yeah. Way back in 1959, Deborah, we know that Elvis made. Oh, let me let the dog out. We know that Elvis. We know that Elvis. We know that. Right, let the dogs do their thing. We know that Elvis made the film with Deborah Pageant. I think it's out of my head now. But Love Me Tender, and Elvis had a crush on her, and she secretly did like Elvis. And they're saying that even Priscilla, when she had this master plan to meet Elvis with Cary Grant, she even changed her hair to look like Deborah Pageant. Yeah, and someone has put these pictures together of different girlfriends. Yeah, and that there is a pattern that shows that Priscilla changes her hair. One of the other ones someone sent me was Robert Kardashian. The way because Robert Kardashian had a girlfriend at the time, and that Priscilla had copied his girlfriend. What's her name? I've forgotten her name now. So there's a pattern here of Priscilla when she gets her eye on a man that she likes, that she really goes for it. She puts a lot of thought into it. She goes hell bent on creating an image that is going to lure the man in, and she gets her man. She gets a man. I just want to say, I always say this, guys. I'm not being hateful about Priscilla. I'm not. I'm just trying to give you my take on things and try and get as close to the truth as we can without being hateful. I don't hate Priscilla. I think Priscilla has made massive mistakes. But we are not a Priscilla hate channel. But we are trying to get to the truth. We are called Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. So I'm not saying that what I say is truth. I'm saying we're just trying to understand what has gone on with all these different people, Mike Stone and Priscilla. And we're trying to understand why it happened. And we're also trying to remove blame from Elvis. Because Elvis is blamed for everything. Elvis is, him having girlfriends, unfaithfulness, having a medication problem. It's all blamed on Elvis. So all of these things that we have to read about in the press, on the news, in documentaries, on Netflix, on YouTube, which make Elvis look bad, we're like, no, there's another truth. There is another truth. So the reason I talk about Mike Stone and Priscilla, and we'll talk about many other things, is to try and get to the truth so that the public, the general public, get a feel for what's really gone on, and that Elvis has been badly treated. Lisa Marie has been badly treated. So I'm trying to dig and go, look, guys, things aren't what they seem. You have to think outside the box. Yeah? And then hopefully we'll jog a few people, and some people will go, oh, I used to think that way. I've changed my mind. I've actually had quite a few messages recently saying, oh, Louis, you've changed my mind. I now see Priscilla in a different way. Yeah? Because when you start giving people some of the facts, some of the research, pictures, video clips, people like Amy Collett that are helping us dig for the truth, people start going, oh, I might have been wrong. I might have been brainwashed. I might have been misled. I might have been spoon-fed lies for decades. Because many of us fell for the lies, didn't we? Especially in the 80s and 90s. We all fell for the romance, didn't we? Some of you that grew up in the 50s and 60s and 70s, we fell for this perfect romance between Priscilla and Elvis that wasn't perfect. We all thought it was Elvis's fault that they split up. It wasn't Elvis's fault. It was Priscilla's fault. She had been unfaithful twice. Many of us don't know about the horrific divorce settlements. We don't know. People like Amy Collett are releasing documents so we understand what truly went on with the two divorce settlements. Yeah, with the lien, the deed of trust created to put a lien on Graceland, forcing Elvis to sell his recording rights pre-1973. So we start to get more of a picture of, oh, hang on, Elvis was a victim. Elvis was the good guy. Elvis had a good heart, trying to do the right thing. Priscilla, from what we see, was very devious and cunning and greedy. Yeah, and I say that respectfully. I'm not going to be nasty and call her names. I'm just going to, well, this happened, well, that happened. And then Mike Stone, you throw him in the mix. Yeah? Well, his behavior has been disgusting. Yeah? So I'm trying to do it in a way where I don't come across as this nasty guy on YouTube just trying to create hate. I don't want to be that person. We're going to go with the facts. We're going to go with our version of the facts. Right. Yeah, so Amy says he used Lisa Marie's name and it's distasteful. It is distasteful. Lisa Marie has passed away, guys. Yeah? And we're all gutted that we've lost Lisa Marie. We don't understand why Priscilla doesn't grieve properly for Lisa Marie, because she's off around the world trying to pursue her career like a 25-year-old woman, and still hell-bent on making more money and promoting herself and being in the spotlight, thinking she's quarter her age. Where all we do want as fans, we just want her to grieve and feel, and it shows love, doesn't it? If Priscilla grieves properly, whether it's our business or not, because people say to me, it's none of your business how Priscilla grieves. It is our business, because we love Elvis. We love Lisa Marie. So we want and respect to see a mother grieving over her child, dressed in black, just feeling sad, having interviews, talking about how she misses and loves and is gutted that she's lost her daughter. We want to see that. We don't want to see a woman all dressed in bright, sparkly clothing, trying to look quarter her age, signing autographs for $200 a go and being in the spotlight and inviting people to these one-on-one shows, charging an absolute fortune. No, we want to see a grieving mother. Yeah, that's what we want to see, because we love Elvis, we love Lisa. So it's just wrong on so many levels, guys. Right, let's just keep that. So Colleen says it's wrong to sleep with another woman when you've got a baby in your wife's tummy. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to try and catch up with these comments. So I know I waffle on a bit, guys, but I'm quite... Yes, Elaine says that Elvis paid for their lifestyle. And one of the things that came out yesterday, I think it was it Vicky, said that she had found evidence that shows that Priscilla had asked Elvis for $50,000 so that Mike Stone could open a karate studio. Is this true? I haven't proved it yet, but it's not good, is it? Right, so Luann says, no embarrassing on Priscilla's role in hand, and with Mike Stone gets their pictures taken, being broadcast on photos back, and then they made sure that their heads were held up high. Right, I've just read that, but yeah, it was like that. Elvis is there gutted, embarrassed, humiliated at home, and they're walking around with their heads held up high. It's just wrong. Again, Colleen says, if Priscilla hadn't have met Mike Stone, no one would know who he is unless you're in the karate world. It's true. It's true. No one would have bought his book 47 years after Elvis died. No chance. Come on. Mike Stone, you're a user. You're using Elvis and Priscilla and Lisa Marie to try and sell that book. I personally think your book's going to flop. I don't think you're going to do very well. That's just my opinion. I think many of the public do not like you. They find you very arrogant, self-centered, and A lot of your views on life are just odd, are just weird. BS, I call it. Oh yeah, you know, the Priscilla Bulow book again. Now this is my opinion on the books. I don't think that the new Riley Q Lisa Marie book is going to trash everyone. I think it's going to be more of a book praising Elvis, praising the relationship between Riley and Lisa and the twins, and it's more going to be a tribute. I believe that. Even the Oprah Winfrey interview with Riley is going to be a tribute to Lisa Marie, to Elvis. Yeah, bringing the twins into it. There'll be a lot about, I think a lot will be said about the life that Lisa Marie had with Elvis, you know, being his child, going way back into the 70s, and it will be all that. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a trash book. Now, Priscilla Bulow's book that Elaine just mentioned. Now, this is the problem we've got, guys. Priscilla Bulow, if we go on this book, yeah, she's very attention grabbing. She's very much, I'll say, headline grabbing stories, chapters. Yeah, she says some quite personal details that are, what's the word? Oh, thought provoking. So I think Priscilla's way of writing a book, I wonder who she'll use. Obviously, it's Sandra Harmon in this book. But I would have thought she will bring up topics in her book to get the public talking, to get the tabloids talking, to get the, you know, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, get everyone talking. So I do think there's going to be some quite interesting things in Priscilla's book that upsets many people. But she will also, and this is what she also done in this book, Elvis and Me, she will also bring up many topics to try and endear herself to the general public, to try and make the public pity her. Yeah, I've always thought that with Priscilla. She likes pity. She likes pity. Poor me. I was the victim. I was groomed. I was told how to dress. Elvis wouldn't sleep with me because I'd had a child. I was alone all the time. Elvis was always away with the Memphis Mafia. And my life was horrific. I felt like I was in a prison. I needed to find myself. I couldn't find myself as I was. My life was so bad when I moved to the mansion. Yeah, when I moved to Disney World and had as much money as I could ever dream of, and I was a prisoner, especially when Elvis bought me a brand new car, even to drive to school. I had a brand new car to drive to school, but I was a prisoner. My life was so bad. I was so lonely at Gracelands, even though I was surrounded by dozens and dozens of people every day, including my own family. You get it, guys. It's all victim, victim, victim. Poor me, poor me. I think you're going to get a lot of that in the Priscilla book. I really do, guys. And I actually think that the fans are going to be very upset that she's even bringing out that book, because obviously Lisa Marie and Riley Q, their book's going to come out. It's obviously going to be a massive success. So we know about the world tour that Riley's doing, where not only does she sign the books, but you get to see Riley, and she wants to really promote this book around the world. So that book's going to be a massive success. And now that Oprah Winfrey is going to help her promote that book on October the 8th, I think, it's going to be a smash. It's going to sell millions of copies, isn't it? Now, Priscilla Bulow's book, don't know, guys, could flop because the fans don't want it. The fans have had enough of Priscilla, I think, unless you're a Priscilla fan. If you're a Priscilla fan and you believe the spoon-fed lies that have been said to you for the last 40 years, you're going to buy it, aren't you? I keep saying it. We have been brainwashed and misled for over 40 years, haven't we? Come on, guys. 35, 40 years. What is it? Many of us have fallen for the fake fairy tale that broke, a broken fairy tale. So Priscilla fans, you're going to buy that book, aren't you? You're going to queue up for it. Now, I've got nothing against Priscilla fans, but generally, I get the feeling that Priscilla fans have fallen for the lies. The lies. And you need to do some research and really try and understand the facts. There's many people now on YouTube, Facebook, all trying to tell you the truth, what really went on. Not the lies. Not the lies. Right. Okay, let's keep going. I'm waffling. Aren't I waffling? For someone who's got a cold, I'm waffling on. Like Elaine says, I talk like a lady. Right. How she could go from Elvis. Oh, yeah, okay. So, I mean, I don't want to sound cruel, but come on. Elvis was a very good-looking man compared to Mike Stone. So, Ashley says, Mike Stone gives that narcissist energy. So, does that mean they're both narcissists? Priscilla and Mike Stone. It's the most commonly used word for Priscilla. I haven't read my comment yet. I want to read my comment. All right, I'm going to get to the end of this. And I'm going to read my comment. I've got a brilliant comment to read to you guys. Do you remember yesterday I did one? Well, I got another one today. Right, I want to get through all these comments because it's important to me that you guys have your say, so that other people watching our live streams can be like, not just get Louis's opinion, get your opinion. This is why I read out all the comments. Let's have a look. Right, I'm just scrolling back. Sorry guys, when I scroll around, it jumps around. It's very annoying. So Linda says, how can anyone go off Elvis? Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Yvette. Yvette, I won't tell you off. Yvette says on one of her comments, even if Louis told me off, I'd still be there. Yvette, I'm not going to tell you off. I might disagree with you a few times. Right, I think I'm back to where we were. God, we got a lot of comments today, guys. Narcissist people prey on empaths. That's what Elaine says. Okay, right. If I have missed any of your comments, I'm sorry, but I'm going to start going downwards now. Let's have a look. Elvis was the empath that attracted narcissist women and even his friends. You have a point, Ashley. You have a point. He didn't take her. She used him, so he's a fool to think he really had anything to do with it. She wanted to hurt Elvis, and he was the victim. Yeah, I agree. Coley. Mike Stone was used and then spat out. He was. He tries to be all boastful. Yes, look at me, you know. Ooh, yeah, Elvis's wife. Yeah, I've achieved something, you know. My model, you know, my medal. No, you were used. She spat you out when she got bored of you. That's the truth of it. Isn't it true that she also tried to get back with Elvis while she was still with Mike Stone? So you couldn't have been that great, my friend. Right. And generally, she was unfaithful. Do you think she was faithful to you for 4.5 years? I doubt it. I doubt it. Right. Let's have a look. Scrolling down. How can anyone go off Elvis? That's beyond me. Yep, Linda. But my brother thinks that's probably what happened because she fancied other men. We are, you know, let's face it, we're animals, aren't we? We fancy people. I'm talking about when we're young, yeah? So he would have been what, late 20s, early 30s? Very virile. I think she went out with men that were not as attractive so she could be looked at as the beauty queen and be treated like they were very lucky ones. I agree. Do you know what? Generally, I don't want to sound shallow, but generally, she was a very stunning, beautiful woman, sexy as well. Generally, the men that she went for weren't that good looking, were they? They weren't that good. Right, Elaine says I might like audiobooks. No, they're boring. They're boring. My attention span is very short. So I can read for 10, 15 minutes, then I need to change it. No, I'm going to be Louis, who reads short clips, watches short clips, gets sent short clips, reads thousands and thousands of comments. I love reading comments because they're short. And then what I do, when I read all these comments, loads and loads and loads and loads, it all goes in here. Boom, boom, boom. It all goes in. I absorb the comments. My best learning comes from comments. Your comments. Right. Not book reading. I'm never going to be a book reader or an audiobook listener. Even though I did listen to 3 chapters of the Memphis Mafia book, Tell All book, from Red West and Sonny West and Dave Hebler. And I listened to 3 chapters whilst I was doing my dog walks, and I found it very boring. Sorry, Elaine. Even Lisa Marie and Riley's book, I'm only going to review it in small sections. I'm not going to read it page to page. I just won't do it. I can't. I don't have it in me. It will be done in small amounts. I think in some respects, Priscilla envied the attention Elvis got and wanted it for herself. And I also agree what Louis' brother said, that the narcissist craves attention. Rebecca, I completely agree with that. 100% she envied Elvis's fame, talent, attention, the love that he received. She definitely envied it. She's trying to get it now, even now, today. She's trying to get it. She's not going to get it because the public are not stupid. Public are not stupid. Come on, it's very few people are loved like Elvis. Very few people. And this is why it upsets me, the way that his image and reputation has been so harmed by all the negative crap that is said about him. It really bugs me. It annoys me that I have to defend Elvis. It bugs me. Why do I have to defend Elvis? I should be proud of every aspect of him. Not trying to defend the bullshit that is said about him. It's ridiculous. Right. All right. Elaine says, where is Marco? I want to read his book. Marco, if you can see this, please write a book. I don't even know if he's alive, Elaine. But one thing I do know, Elaine, is you will read his book. And I can guarantee you, if we were doing a world records, you have read the most books ever in history. Elaine. Just joking. Just joking. She isn't heartbroken in the slightest, smiling as she left the divorce court, and they never stopped smiling. Do you know what? This whole thing where they stayed friends after the divorce, we've all seen the pictures. I'm not believing it. Elvis was trying to keep us sweet because he was worried about her taking all his money. Elvis was trying to keep us sweet because he was worried about her stopping him seeing Lisa Marie. That's why they left the courtroom smiling. Elvis wanted to have a public face. He was being kind to Priscilla, kind to his daughter. He didn't want to be seen as this broken marriage and that they were arguing and fighting it like cats. He wanted a nice public persona, even though they divorced, and he tried to be civil and do the right thing. That's why. And then I think, in my opinion, Priscilla has twisted that into saying, oh, we were better apart. We've heard it loads of times, haven't we? What was it like after you divorced Elvis? Oh, we were better apart. We got on better when we split up. No, that's not what happened. You attacked him for money. You argued constantly about when he could have Lisa Marie. That's what happened. And it went on for years. Money, 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 money. Grabby, grabby, grabby. I want more. I want more. The second divorce settlement was disgusting. Elvis was scared that you were going to take his home, Graceland, that you were going to keep his daughter from him, that you were going to take all his money. That's what really happened after the divorce. Not, oh, we were best friends. We were so close. We were closer than ever. Rubbish. Go and read your own divorce settlement, the divorce deposition. Go and read that. I think it was Amy Collett that gave us this information. Thank you, Amy. Auntie Amy. Right. She didn't smile with Elvis. Yvette, she always knows where the camera is. That's right. She probably planned this, and she met Elvis to take his money. Many say that. Many say it was all pre-planned, the whole thing, including with the parents. Many say it. Right. Right, let's try and catch up with these comments. I love the fact that you're commenting so much, guys. I'm going to skip through some, otherwise I'm never going to catch up. So I'm really sorry that I've skipped past some of your comments, guys. So Elaine says, did Fran ever write a book? That's a great question. I don't think she did. In the interview that I read, that I think Amy gave me, she clearly says she has no hard feelings towards Priscilla and wishes Priscilla well. So she sounds like a lovely lady. I don't even know if she's still alive. I don't know about Mike Stone's children, but my heart goes out to them. Deborah Paget was the blueprint for every woman Elvis looked at after. Well, I don't agree with that, Elaine, but I know your point. I don't think Anne Margaret looked anything like Deborah Paget, nor Linda Thompson, but I get your point. Yes, I don't. Yeah, Ashley, I tread a thin line, don't I? I have very strong views about Mike Stone, about Priscilla, but other people as well. And so I'm giving you these views in a quite a passionate way. I'm quite a strong-minded person, always have been. Sometimes I come across a bit arrogant, a bit rude, maybe a bit bullshit. So then people may confuse that I'm hateful, that I'm trying to stir hate for Priscilla or Mike Stone. I'm not. We are defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. That's what I'm trying to do with you guys. Team Elvis. You are Team Elvis. So please, anyone watching this, please don't think I'm being hateful. And when you log into my YouTube channel, it actually says, do not hate. We are not hateful. It says it in my description. This is definitely not about hate. This is about truth. Getting to the truth. Poor Lisa, what she went through. Let's have a look. Yes. My husband, right, Ashley, my husband told me the other day that he read something the other day that when people lean on way, it's hard for them to see the truth. Well, I just think, if you really look up to Priscilla and you've fallen for the romance, you've fallen for the fairy tale, and you've been told it again and again for 30, 40 years. And then Elvis has been portrayed as this abuser, this paedophile, this cheeseburger eating man that died on the toilet, that was a serial adulterist, who was constantly unfaithful, that was controlling and grooming and selfish and angry and a potential rapist. When you've been told these kind of things for 40 odd years, because none of it's true, and then you look at Priscilla, if you don't know about the unfaithfulness that she did, the divorce settlements and the cruel behavior, the cruel treatment of Lisa Marie and Riley Q, when you don't know all the facts, you do think, oh, Priscilla did nothing wrong, she was a victim, Elvis did everything wrong, but he was a great singer. People come to that, they go, yeah, Elvis was all those horrible things, but he was a very talented singer that went from rags to riches, the most famous man in the world. But poor Priscilla was caught up in that. Elvis plucked her as a 14-year-old, took advantage of her and groomed her. You believe all that? It's all rubbish. It's all rubbish. But my point is, if you're a bit blinkered, and I say that respectively, and you've fallen for that sort of mass BS, do you know what? I'll use the word grooming. If you've been mass groomed by the media, the tabloids, the magazines, the documentaries, the films, the TV melodramas, and the melodramas, the general overall thing is Elvis was wrong, Priscilla was the victim, then 40 years later, you've been hearing the same story, you fall for it. You fall for it, and then you think Priscilla is like a goddess that's done no wrong. Yeah, you fall for it. But I'm telling you now, any of you Priscilla fans watching now, you need to do some research, do your homework. You need to read between the lines and understand there is another truth. And Priscilla's version of events is not the truth, in our opinion, for entertainment purposes. And we're not saying this for hate. We're saying this to get to the truth. Priscilla Beauty doesn't care about other person's feelings when she takes them. It does seem that way, Elaine. Ashley says that she's empathetic and she doesn't feel emotions. It seems that way, doesn't it? Very cold, very distant, a massive disconnect between the fans and herself. People don't understand how she's acted since Lisa Marie died. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. Why did she promote the Sofia Coppola's Priscilla film even after Lisa Marie died? It doesn't add up. Yeah? We can see now that she's on the outside, isn't she? Joel Weishankar, the head of EPE, Elvis Presley Enterprise, has distanced himself from Priscilla. It seems like Oprah doesn't want nothing to do with Priscilla when it comes to the interview with Riley Q. She's out of the box now, isn't she? So there's a reason for that, guys, because people are starting to wake up to the true Priscilla. You know, Priscilla, you need to apologize. I know I keep saying it. You need to win people over and show your wrongdoing and change your ways. You do. I'm not going to go into that too much because we've done enough about it. Right, back in the days, he was in tabloids with Priscilla Bueller, even over here and in the UK, probably. Right. Riley will probably write her own memoir one day. I don't think you are ever going to hear negative stuff coming from Riley. I don't think that's the way she is. I don't think it. Seriously, not going to happen. I think you may hear a few bits from Priscilla, but not from Riley. I could be wrong, mine. I don't know it all. I'm no expert. Deborah, Elvis's birthday, she took time to speak to all the fans and sign stuff and take pictures and thank everyone to come to celebrate. Yeah, Lisa did. Yeah. I think we're talking about Lisa. Yeah, of course. Lisa was amazing with the fans. One of her last speeches was thanking the fans and saying that the only reason she came out of her house was because she knew that the fans wanted her, yeah, and loved her, and that she loves the fans. She loved the fans just like Elvis did. And the fans know that. They feel that. Let's have a look. Let's try and catch up, guys. Let's try and catch up. I meant it hard for people to listen and open your mind to listen and learn the truth like we did, yeah? Yeah? People don't want to hear it. People don't. Right, okay, we've caught up. I'm going to warm this coffee and then I'm going to read that comment. Okay, let's grab the coffee. I know I'm drinking way too much coffee, but it's needed, guys. It's needed. Let's put a bit of cream in it as well, shall we? A bit of cream. Touch of milk. Might even put some honey in it, make it a bit nicer. So the weather in the UK is cloudy and windy and cold. What's the weather like where you guys are? Cloudy, windy, and cold. I think I might turn this light off. It's a bit too bright. Right, that's bad. I'm just going to shut that door as well. Right, I've got some pretty good comments. Okay. Right, I'm back. Right, I know I'm waffling a bit today, guys. I am feeling better today. I'm hoping by tomorrow I'll be a bit more back to normal. So there's basically 40 of you watching. Please subscribe, guys. Please subscribe. You're very welcome. Obviously, if you want to be members, please join. I love members. Just quickly read these messages. Right, so in Deborah, where you are, it's hot and dry. Okay, so I'm going to read some of these comments. What I do, I screenshot them. I'm just, yeah. So we've got Julie's on. Hi, Julie's. Well, Julie, I'll tell you what, we're going to try. We're going to try, but I would say the majority of you definitely don't think she will ever apologise. But we're going to try. We've got nothing to lose, have we? Look at that picture of Riley with her husband. What it is, we were talking about Riley and her husband. Someone told me, because I thought they were living in Australia, but someone told me in a comment they live in California, and they told me his name as well. Let's have a look. Oh, I forget his name now. Someone said, these are just pictures that you guys are sending. That's Priscilla pregnant. Yeah? What else have you guys sent me? Oh yeah, we've seen all these pictures that were posted during the interview with Oprah. Let's see if I can scroll them. Yeah, I posted them on the Defending Elvis. These were taken at Gracelands. So I do sort of, as you send me things, I do sort of screenshot them. I mean, she's a stunning girl, isn't she? She's lovely. Oh yes, I remember now. Actually, I could play this to you. Let me just play this to you. Now, I'm going to play this to you.
Married, had my son, and in the course,
now,
wrote down all of my memories shortly after
I was passed away. Right, you've all seen this before, but there's a reason I want to play it to you. I'm going to make a short video of this as well, but people say one of the most common questions that people ask me is, why are you doing Defending Elvis? Why are you called Defending Elvis? Elvis doesn't need defending. And this little clip came up, which I've seen loads of times, and I thought, actually, this is a really good way of telling people, if it's going to let me do it, come on. This is a really good way of telling people why we defend Elvis.
Wrote down all of my memories shortly after Elvis passed away. It was just my way of holding on. I wanted to hold on and not forget. And time went on. I went forward with my life. I worked. I got married, had my son. And in the course of all this, a lot of untruths were being said regarding mine and Elvis's relationship, a lot of exaggerations. And
what were some of the untruths?
Well, just that Elvis was unhappy, or we argued a lot, things like that, which was not true. And so I wanted to set the record straight, and I waited until my son, who just turned 20 this past August 20th, went off to college. And I sat down, and it took me about 2 years, and I put together all of my memoirs. And finally, I had my book.
There's a perception that has lingered for many years that when just before Elvis died, that he was unhappy, that he was this big guy who was just not the old Elvis that we all knew, that he had maybe even lost his will to live.
Right up until the day he died. I mean, there are just things that I've seen in books, and I said this wasn't what I witnessed. This wasn't the person I loved. this wasn't how he was those last, 9 months, and I was with him 98% of the time. He had asked me to move into Graceland, but I never did, and he said, "I respect you for that." I just didn't at the time. It wasn't my way, and but I was up there pretty much every day, and I just think the portrayal, the image of him, has been really unfair. And Elvis was not someone sitting up and gorging on. He could be compulsive sometimes when eating certain foods, but this image, I never once saw him eat the famous fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches. I never once saw that.
So I guess your biggest concern has been that a lot of what has happened over the past 40 years is that he's been defined by those final months of his life. And you're saying that what people perceived was his life really was not the reality.
He was never bored. He didn't act down. We laughed. We watched television. He played the organ in his room. Sometimes we went out. We rode three-wheels. He had these great fun three-wheelers. We went motorcycle riding.
You still miss him?
Oh, yeah. I mean, of course. I miss that we didn't get to see where he was going to go and hear more of his music, and he had a lot left to do.
So, if anyone asks me why we are called Defending Elvis Presley, why is there a need to have a name like that? Elvis doesn't need defending. This is what I've heard it many times. Elvis doesn't need defending. We had this situation with the YouTube channel Elvis is the Man, saying that our YouTube channel name is weird. Watch that video. 2.5 minutes. She spends most of that. Don't forget, the last person to be with Elvis before he passed, who has been in contact with us, Defending Elvis Presley, who has praised our channel. Ginger Alden, just in case any of you don't know, has praised our channel. And Ginger Alden, if you ever watch our stuff, we're so thankful that you praised our channel. And Mindy Miller. Mindy Miller has praised our channel. Thank you, Mindy Miller. We love you. We send you love. So there's your answer, guys. Anyone wants to know why we defend Elvis Presley? Me, Team Elvis, Elvis fans. You've just watched why. So, right, let's find these comments. I can't get it more black and white than what she said, even though it was in colour. And she's a stunning, beautiful lady. Right, let's have a look. So, one of the questions that was being asked, I've got to find the actual comment. One of the questions that was being asked is about who else Priscilla was unfaithful with, other than Mike Stone and Steve Peck, the dance instructor, the guy who owned the dance studio. And someone gave me an answer. Got to find it now. Now, is it Frankie Lyman? Is that the guy? Let me just have a look. Let me guess. Someone actually gave me a timeline. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's have a look. I'm just seeing if I can see that comment. Someone actually told me the different people I'm just trying to find it. I may have to just read all the comments. Right, got it. I got some other comments to read, but this is the one I'm going to read. Right, I'm just quickly checking your comments. Right. So, do any of you guys know about Little Anthony? Little Anthony. I was, again, this morning when I woke up, I was watching some documentaries about Little Anthony. Amazing singer. Fantastic singer. And really reminded me of a lot of the music I used to listen to in the 70s. I know that he's more 50s, 60s, isn't he? But his songs are beautiful. Beautiful. Now, Little Anthony, is known that he may have had an affair with Priscilla in the 60s. Does anyone know about this? Is this true? Oh, thanks, Amy. I will check. I think I may read that out in a minute if it's there in the chat. Yeah. Let me just see. So, do any of you know about Little Anthony? Now, I'm just going to check Amy's. Yes, I will. I think I will read that out in a second. Thanks, Amy. Thank you. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm going to read that because I think it fits the topic. But let's just see if any of you know. Yes, I do. I more than care for him. I owe him. Julie, I owe him. I owe Elvis. Yeah, with my heart. He's almost like I wouldn't call him a father figure. It's more than that. I would say like a really good brother. Like a really good brother. He transformed my life. He saved my life. He saved my life. Now, I always say this when Julie comes on. When I discuss with you guys that I had different views on Priscilla, and that there were certain Elvis fans that changed my mind. Yeah, I had many fans, not just Julie's, but she was one of the main ones that were trying to get me to get off, to remove my blinkers, because I was a bit blinkered. I had fallen for a lot of the fairy tale, yeah, the broken fairy tale. And Julie was one of the ones she was steadfast. No, Louis, you're wrong. This is the truth. This is the truth. And that I would disagree with Julie, but I would do it in a friendly way. We always kept things friendly, didn't we, Julie? Julie is one of the original people that turned me into defending Elvis Presley. She didn't know she was doing that. Julie didn't know. But there was quite a few of you, mine. I was getting a lot of comments defending Elvis. So Julie's here. So she doesn't come on our live streams very often. Julie S, yeah? She is one of the people that, without knowing it, created defending Elvis Presley. Because I wasn't always defending Elvis Presley. I wasn't, yeah? I was sat on the fence. I was very much, well, let's listen to all points of view. Let's not pick on Priscilla. Let's be kinder to Priscilla. I was that person. So Julie is the one to thank, guys. Don't worry. Right, let's read this comment and then I'm going to do Amy's thing. Right, let's just get it up. Now I want to read this comment because the person who wrote the comment put quite a lot of time into it. It's a very short comment. Right, so Vicky 6070. So Vicky, she's commented on the Mike Stone, the Priscilla Presley Why Mike Stone live stream that we've done. So she gives me a little brief history. She says, I did a little research. Now, this might be interesting to Amy, actually. Priscilla went to see Little Anthony in New York and was escorted by Joni Esposito and Jerry Schilling. Elvis and the Memphis Mafia. She even refers to where she's found her information on the book Elvis and the Memphis Mafia, page 441 to page 442. Then she says, you should read both Marty's and Lamar's comments. Very interesting. It's also mentioned in Baby Let's Play House. So she's trying to not just tell me about the fact that Priscilla has been unfaithful with other people, Little Anthony, but she even tells me the book she's found it in and the page. So she also says, You should read both Marty and Lamar's comments. Very interesting. It's also mentioned in Baby Let's Play House on page 460. Her relationship with Mylon Leverve can be found in Child Bride, page 167 and page 168, and The Memphis Mafia, page 285 and page 286. Right, okay, well, should we put it to the test? Come on, she's just said it. Vicky 6070. Now, can I just ask, do any of you guys know who Mylon Leverve is? Mylon Leverve. Is that little Anthony's real name? Mylon Leverve. So she says, page 167 on Child Bride. Now, you know I hate reading, guys, and we are going through this book one chapter at a time, but I've been putting it off because I've been poorly. I don't want to read a whole chapter of this book when I'm poorly. So page 167. Should we just read it? Let's have a look. I'm just going to read it, and it might not say it, but it says here, page 167 and 168. Let's just read it. Let's have a look. Elaine, which book? It wasn't the Memphis Mafia book, was it? Let's have a look. Let me just have a look. Look, this is the write-up, but you're not going to see it. I'll tell you what, I'll take a picture of it, Elaine, and I'll send it you. Elaine, yeah? Right. Right, Elaine, I'm going to send it you. Right, I've just sent that to Elaine. Right. Now, you know I don't like reading. Julie, you did more than help. You did more than help. I will always be grateful. Always. You know that. Right. Okay. I'm not gonna read the whole page because I can't see. Let's have a look. There were hints of regret for her lost youth on Priscilla's part. She entreated Patsy Lacker, the wife of Marty Lacker, and Elvis A, to accompany her to gospel music concerts in the Memphis Auditorium that spring, because according to Patsy, Priscilla was infatuated with a 7-year-old singer. No, here we go. Right, are you ready, guys? Now, this is thanks to Vicky, yeah? Vicky, thank you for this, yeah? According to her gospel music concerts in the Memphis Auditorium that spring, because according to Patsy, Priscilla was infatuated with a 17-year-old singer in the Southern Gospel Quartet. The young man, Mylon Lefevre, Mylon Lefevre, now a minister, downplayed any romantic interest on Priscilla's part, though he acknowledged that she would come to the concerts and that she spent a lot of time talking to him backstage. Mylon was drawn to Priscilla for her peaceful attitude, a kindness and a gentleness that stood out from the groupie mentality at concerts. Priscilla gravitated to Mylon in part because they were the same age. The attraction remained at the flirtation level once Mylon learned who Priscilla's boyfriend was. I would have dated her if I could, he admitted. But I was so amazed at Elvis, you know. I was a poor white guy that liked that kind of music, and I was living my own dreams and the code that I grew up under in the South. And if you don't try to date somebody else's girlfriend, when I heard that she was Elvis's girlfriend, I was just friendly, and you know, that changed the way I viewed her. Had she not been, things might have been different. Yeah, so I get that. The triangle had a happy ending for Mylon. Priscilla went so far as to promote the Elvis songs. Mylon wrote Without You, and Elvis recorded it. So Elvis recorded the song Without You on his gospel album, How Great Thou Art. Mylon's respect for Elvis Presley did not go unrewarded. Elvis chose the song that he allowed Mylon to keep publishing, as well as authors' rights, and almost unheard of the act of generosity from a major star to an unknown writer. Elvis told the Colonel and his business people, "Don't take the kid's publishing, let him keep it." And that's amazing. See, look, he stopped the Colonel from taking his publishing. And that song made me about $500,000 that he would have had made himself. See, that isn't that amazing? Again, that just shows how beautiful Elvis was. Giving up the publishing rights, letting Mylon keep it, and Mylon ended up making $500,000 from it that Elvis didn't make because of how kind Elvis was. He knew I was 17 and that I knew nothing about publishing and that I knew nothing about the business. They could have easily taken it, but he didn't let them. He did that for me. He had a heart of gold, even though in that running and gunning lifestyle, he was surrounded by people who wanted to help him with that pursuit. I think that's beautiful. You know what? I'm going to enjoy reading that chapter. That will be interesting. So, Mylon Leverve. Let's have a look. Let's go back to that comment. Mylon Leverve. I'm going to try and get his picture up. Mylon Leverve. Yes, I don't actually know who he is. Let's see. I've got a picture. Let me see if I can get him. 1960s, yeah? Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't know who he is. Right, I think what we're going to do, we're going to read. Amy Collett has sent us Francis Stone's interview. So we're getting a feel for Priscilla. Yeah, they're trying to make out as if she was an angel and that Elvis was the bad guy. But when you read that, you see it differently. Let's read these clips. Right, let's have a look. Okay. Right, the thing that get me, right, let's have a look. Let me just, okay. So I'm just replying to someone. Right, guys. Okay, right, let me carry on. Right. So just so you know, guys, Shauna's watching our show from Tenderly Loving Elvis. You know we love Shauna. Shauna, you know I'm sending you love. Right. So she has just sent me Mylon's picture. I should have heard of him, shouldn't I? So Shauna, thank you for this. This is Mylon, the verve. So I wonder, guys, did Priscilla have an affair with him? I wonder. Yeah. So can everyone just say hello to Shauna from Tenderly Loving Elvis? She's watching us now. Now I wonder if that song is on YouTube. I'm just going to have a look. Mylon Leverve. Without You. Just see if it comes up, guys. Oh, there's an older No, it's only, it shows him older. Let's just have a look. No, I'm not getting it. If any of you have got Mylan singing in this, in the 60s, whatever it is, please send it me. I'll play it. But I don't have it here. From way back, yeah? Right, okay. I'm going to read this clip from Amy. So, thanks, Elaine. Thank you. Right, Jojo, thank you. So I have to look up Mylon and the Waymakers. Right. I'll put it in. Mylon and the... Jojo, thank you. Mylon and the Waymakers. And the song's Without You. Let's see if it comes up. Yeah, someone has come up, but it's not showing the song. Is this him? Jojo, is this him? Yeah, I love the Beatles. I love George Harrison. I'm a massive George Harrison's fan. I'm just seeing if I got him singing. So Amy, is the song Without Him? Is that what you're saying? Let's have a look. Let me have a look. Let's have a look. Is that the one? Yeah. Right. Okay. Now we're going to read Amy's stuff. So we've got, just so you know, because I need to wrap things up a bit now, but we've got Francis Stone's interview, a written interview. Francis Stone was married to Mike Stone, as far as we know, was pregnant and also had a small girl. I don't know how old she was, 4, 5, 6, at the time when Mike Stone and Priscilla were secretly dating and eventually went on to live together for as long as 4 years, maybe longer. So, we've always, in my opinion, I think what Francis Stone must have gone through, especially being a pregnant woman with a child, married to Mike Stone. I think she was his second wife, I think. Obviously, Priscilla was married to Elvis, and they had lovely, beautiful Lisa Marie, who we miss and adore. So this is the only thing that I think we've got that comes from Francis talking about that situation with Priscilla. So I've had Amy send it me. Pure coincidence. Let's have a look. A few of you sent it me. I know Amy. All right, let me just get it. Okay. I think I took a screenshot of it anyway. Now, I have done a video on this before. So this is the picture of Francis Stone. Jojo, thank you for your information. It's very helpful. Thank you very much. And thank you for joining us. Jojo, thank you for joining Team Elvis. You're very welcome. Yeah? Also, I thank Amy for her help. Don't forget, Shauna's watching us as well, so give Shauna a big shout out at Tenderly Loving Elvis. Please subscribe to her channel. Right, so I lost my husband to Priscilla Presley, and she's a pretty girl. And there's pictures of Priscilla with her hair like that. Some say that she changed her hairstyle to suit the man she was going after. Don't forget, we've already spoke about this. Priscilla had befriended Francis Stone, going shopping together, going to karate events together, being invited to her home for dinner while she was pregnant, guys. And Priscilla was, as far as we know, our opinion, for entertainment purposes, was secretly dating Mike Stone behind Francis's back. Let me just let the dog out. Right, let's read it. So let's have a look here. We're going to read the two clips that Amy sent me. The writing is tiny, so bear with me. You know I'm blind, guys. I do need glasses. Right, let me just try and make it as big as I can. Her nature has enabled Fran not to mourn the end of her marriage, nor to consider it a failure. While she admits to having shed her share of tears today, she is enjoying the freedom of her single status. She dates occasionally, though she is not anxious to fall in love in the immediate future. She plays tennis, gains personal pleasure in coming and going as she wishes. She will suggest that there were some things that she might have done wrong in her marriage, but she insists that she would have tried to alter any part of it. No, she wouldn't have tried to alter any part of it, especially not her former husband. You shouldn't ever try to make anybody over, she says earnestly. I don't believe in that. You shouldn't try to mold somebody into your way of living. I think two people who live with one another adjust to one another's habits, but you don't try to change them or remold them. Sounds like she's been brainwashed by Mike Stone. Anyway, it is very positive attitude, the manner in which she has approached the divorce. She is relaxed and obviously in control of herself. That's the way I have to be, she says simply. I cannot stand pressure. I like a calm routine, calm people. I don't like a lot of nervous, excited people. I find you get a lot more done by being calm. Everybody reacts to everything differently, but no, I wasn't shocked when she learned that Mike and Priscilla were involved. I just felt hurt, and yes, I guess you could say I felt foolish. But if it was going to happen, it was going to happen. There's no way that's best for a thing like this to happen. Fran admits that it was a traumatic experience and mentions again that she holds no bitterness towards anyone. Rather, she looks forward to raising her children and making a new life while allowing Mike to make his. There are few, if any, moments when the memories of what used to be flash through her mind for the part of her life in history. Likewise, seldom, if ever, does she think of those days when she discovered her marriage was over again. In her opinion, it was something in the past. Fran looks forward to the future. Now, Frances is being amazing in the way that she's just taking this horrific thing that she's gone through. But she does say, in what I've just read to you guys, she did go through hell. It wasn't like there was a happy split up. Oh, yes, let's split up. Everything's okay. No. She says it. In some of the words that I described to you, she went through hell. She went through hell. Yeah? So, let me read the next clip. Mike, I didn't separate until the baby was... Right, this is obviously from Mike Stone, yeah? Mike, I didn't separate until the baby was 7 months old. At the time we separated, it was a mutual agreement thing. We separated in February 1972, and I did not know that Mike and Priscilla were involved, Fran explains. Right, okay, so it is Fran. Now, come on, guys, February 72. Yeah? Well, as far as I can see, weren't they getting it on at the end of, or middle to end of 70? Yeah? So this has been going on for a long time. 100%. This could have been going on through all of the pregnancy. I'm finishing up now. 100% this could have been going on through all of the pregnancy, yeah? I did not know that Mike and Priscilla were involved, Francis explains. After, however, Fran was informed of the fact that by people who telephoned her, though she was hurt at the time, she accepted what she was told as truth, and after discussing the matter with her husband, she filed for a divorce in April. The only person that she turned to at the time was Diane Norris. Otherwise, she chose to keep the divorce as private and personal matter, to an approach that the attitude that it was. One of the things that life goes on, it can happen to anybody. I have a very good attitude about everything. I think she's too nice. That's what I think. Now, Amy, do any of you have, I don't know if Amy's still on, but do any of you have there's another interview, probably the same one, where she describes that her and Priscilla had become close friends. They were going out together, shopping together, to meals together, to restaurants, to karate things together, that Priscilla had been invited into Francis's home. They had dinner together many times, yeah? Do any of you have that? I wanted to end with that, if any of you have got it. Let me see what Amy sent me. I'm going to have to go now, guys, but I just wanted to know if any of you got that, because I think it's important, because I've mentioned it a few times. Let's just have another look to see. I know that Amy has sent me quite a few things. No, I don't see it. Do any of you have that? Amy, you might have gone by now. Okay, I'll just read the last few of your comments, guys, then I'm going to have to go because it's been a long time. We've been on for nearly 2 hours, just me sat here waffling with my bad cold. Hi, Jean. How are you, Jean? I'm just seeing if Amy's got it. She might have gone now because I've been on a long time. So, hi, Cheryl. Elvis is on the radio in South Africa. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. Amy, do you have the clip that says about that that Francis had become friends with Priscilla? If you don't worry. Oh, you're welcome, Yvette. So just to end things, guys, we've had a really good morning. I've enjoyed drinking my coffee with you guys. I hope you've enjoyed it in the way I have. Sometimes, this is what Amy says to me. Sometimes I just feel like we're all sat in a big room together in Louis' kitchen or Louis' lounge, and we're just having a coffee and we're having a chat as friends. We're interchanging ideas. We're having agreements, disagreements, and we're just chilling out together. Yeah, and I like that feeling, and it's very relaxing. This is no stress for me, guys. This is not hard for me. This is just me chilling with you guys, having a chat every morning. I'm a lucky guy. There's over 40 of you are watching, and I really thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe to our channel or become a member. Have you sent that, Amy? Because I can't find it. I've seen... let's just have another look. Unless you put it on the chat. Could be that you put it on the chat. Look, Amy sent me that. Is that me driving her mad because of my words? Right. I want if it's on there, I'm going to read it. Right. Okay. Let me just see. I see. I think I might have skipped the page. Let's just see if this is it. No, I'm confused now which one I read. Right, let me just try this, guys. Her nature has enabled Fran not to mourn the end of her marriage, nor to consider it as a failure, while she admits to having shed her fair share of tears. Is that the one I read? Right, yes. So I read that one. Let me try this one. She reiterates that she knew from the outset of the marriage that there would be hours or perhaps days spent alone with Mike, was working or traveling to various karate tournaments. She was never bothered by it, but she has never been a person who had the need to be with a lot of people. Let's have a look. Her dedication to her children and their home was the reason she did not go with Mike to the Norrises to be guests of the Presleys in Las Vegas. It was reported that shortly afterwards, Priscilla began taking her karate lessons from Chuck, through whom she met Mike, and that both couples traveled to see Elvis in the International Hotel. We were invited, everybody, and invited, but I didn't go. That's just another wrong statement by my baby Laurie. Was only 3 weeks old. So at this point, the baby's born, yeah? And I had to stay home. Mike went with Chuck and Diane. Not sure if it is true that the Stones and Norrises were guests at the Presley's home for dinner, as reported. However, Priscilla was a guest at Fran's home on several occasions. There we are. That's the bit I wanted. I wanted to show you that Priscilla was very deceitful and cunning and cruel and devious. To have dinner with Fran on several occasions. I invited her to my home. We met at karate tournaments, and she'd gone to several of our tournaments that were sponsored by Mike. And because she was a loner, I realized Elvis traveled a lot. And because I could understand that part, and I invited her to my home for dinner. Fran explains, I invited her to my home for dinner. You know, I invited her to my home for dinner, Fran explains. Come on, guys. On a couple of the occasions, Fran and Priscilla went shopping together. And they became what Fran describes as friends. They were friends, guys. And she was sleeping, bonking, getting naked with Mike Stone. I saw her at a tournament. That was the biggest thing. We went to tournaments locally, probably 2 or 3 times a month. Guys, are you getting what I'm saying? They went to tournaments 2 or 3 times a month. They were mates. These were mates. Fran did not know that Mike and Priscilla were involved during those times. Come on, I repeat it. Fran did not know that Mike and Priscilla were involved during those times. He invited Priscilla to their home for dinner. Come on. Mike Stone invited Priscilla to his home for dinner with Fran and considered her a close friend. Nevertheless, she did believe there was something wrong in her marriage. I don't care if there was something wrong in the marriage, because we all have difficult marriages. Marriages are not a bed of roses, guys. They're tough. That, guys, do you agree with me? That's disgusting. That's disgusting. This isn't just Mike Stone. This is Priscilla as well. Yeah? They befriended each other in front of his wife, invited her for dinner, regularly went to tournaments, went shopping together. They were good friends. And all along, they're bonking, shagging, secretly. And there's a baby part of the time she was pregnant. I think the baby may have even been born by the time we get to 1972. Yeah. There's a small girl involved. There's beautiful Lisa Marie is involved. And Elvis, who was just an acquaintance, but he still knew him. Guys, it's beyond me. Thank Amy Collette. Thank you so much. Your research is beautiful. And we love Amy. Auntie Amy, thank you so much. But guys, do you get, am I being hateful when I bring up things like this? And I'm trying to clear things up for Elvis, trying to show the fans. So even I'm trying to show the Priscilla fans that Elvis should not have been treated that way. He should not have been treated that way. Fran Stone, who sounds lovely, should not have been treated that way. And if any of you guys ever come across an interview of Fran Stone, you know, a later one, talking about things in retrospect, please send it me. I'd love to. Amy, if you know of any interviews of Fran talking about that situation in, you know, years later, I'd love to see it, because that is, she's been brainwashed. When I listen to this interview from Fran, she's basically saying, oh, you know, I understand, you know, we didn't get on. It's okay. Let Priscilla be happy. Let Mike Stone be happy. You know, it is what it is. I have no bad feeling. She's brainwashed. She's brainwashed. That's rubbish. She was very hurt. She says it in that write-up. She went through hell. She went through it. And Fran, if you're still alive, and Fran's children, if you're still alive, I don't know, it was such a long time ago. I send you love. And I feel so sorry for what you had to go through. Lisa Marie, we know our heart pulls out to her. And for Riley Keough, if you ever watch any of this, I'm so sorry what your poor mother went through. Because when Lisa Marie, God, I tell you what, it brings me to tears. When Lisa Marie was such a small age, I actually get emotional thinking about it. When Priscilla and Mike Stone made the big decision to leave Elvis, which I think was at the end of 71, and they took Lisa Marie with them. So Lisa Marie had to get used to being with another dad, another man, Mike Stone. Elvis had to watch his daughter walk away, who he adored, who he worshipped. And all of this happened because of Priscilla. Priscilla pursued Mike Stone. Remember this, guys. This has been admitted in interviews by Mike Stone. Priscilla pursued Mike Stone. So all of that damage that was done, the effect that it had on Elvis, who obviously we adore, beautiful Lisa Marie, who we miss her so much, the breaking up of that family, then the hell that Frances went through, who it seems to me now may have had a small girl and a baby just born when she found out. I think part of it, she was pregnant. The horrific time that poor Frances went through. Yeah, she speaks so honorably of Priscilla and Mike Stone. They don't deserve it. Fran, they didn't deserve it. The hell that happened, all because Priscilla Presley, and I don't say this in hate, I'm trying to get to the truth. All because Priscilla wanted to bonk Mike Stone, have sex, feel good, get naked, put it how you want. Look at the damage, the trail of damage that was caused, that still reverberates today. And poor Lisa Marie, who we adore, has known this her whole life. Poor Lisa Marie has known for her whole life what her mother did. And no wonder they would fall out and they would have feuds, and they had a very difficult relationship as mother and daughter. And Priscilla Presley even has the nerve to say that Lisa Marie, on the Terry Wogan show, that Lisa Marie had read this book 3 times and liked it and was very happy with it. Nana. This book, they use a different name, page 262. His name is Mark, for one affair. Then further on, the Mike Stone affair, Priscilla, Lisa Marie had to read these things and listen to her mum committing adultery, breaking up two families that had children and leaving home, whichever home they were in at the time, breaking Elvis's heart, breaking Francis Stone's heart, breaking up the kids from their parents. It's horrific. It's horrific, guys. Seriously, almost brings me to tears. Almost. It is. I can honestly say to you guys, and I said it to you yesterday, that breakup of Elvis, Priscilla, Lisa Marie, Francis Stone, Mike Stone, his children, I don't know their names, is one of the most ugly, horrible things I have ever heard as a breakup ever in my life. It breaks my heart. And it happened to our Elvis. It happened to our Lisa Marie. Yeah? I've got nothing good to say about Mike Stone. I don't hate him. I'm not that way inclined. I have nothing good to say about Mike Stone, and he should be ashamed of himself that that book that's called Mike Stone with Priscilla, Presley, and Lisa Marie. Disgusting. I'm disgusted. You should be ashamed. I will end it like this, guys, because I have to go. Mike Stone, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be. And just like I've been saying to Priscilla, who needs to apologize to the world for how she treated Elvis and all her wrongdoings with Lisa Marie and Riley Keough and with Barry Siegel. There's many things with the divorce settlements, with the unfaithfulness. I also say to Mike Stone, stop making excuses. Stop giving these brash interviews to different people, almost boasting about your behavior. You should be ashamed of yourself. It's disgusting how you treated your wife and your children. It's time to grow up, Mike Stone. Time to grow up. Thanks, guys. I have to go. Bit of an emotional ending for me, actually. So I'm going to play a song. I'm going to bring you to tears. I'm close to tears, guys. This is how upsetting. Honestly, it's just... Let's see if I can find it. But anyway, try to be happy. Try to be happy, guys. Can we get it? Trying to be happy, guys. Right, I'm going to make you all cry now. But I just want to say thank you to everyone that joined in and helped. Thank you to Jojo. Thank you to Amy Collett. Thanks, Shauna. Thanks for listening. But I just want to say, guys, we have had a lovely morning. We've had a really nice coffee morning, and you're very welcome. Please subscribe. Please, you're probably going to start crying now, but love to all of you.